Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review, we are looking at the DC Multiverse Justice League Wonder Woman figure, which, again, I mentioned in the reveal video that I don't know if it's very similar to the one that everybody liked a whole bunch, but this one is pretty solid. It does have some fairly severe drawbacks, but much like the other figures, it has some really nice features too. So we're going to talk about all of that, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about, pretty much exactly 6.5 inches, which makes it pretty much 16.5 centimeters. So, I don't know, the scaling's not great in this line. The only one that's really probably scaled well is Aquaman. The rest are all give or take, so it's okay. And much like the other figures, lots of nice paintwork. It's very clean, where they had to paint the gold around the chest, and even on the up against the red, it's very good. This part is good, from the blue to the gold. Her gauntlets, you see some really nice silver, some gold, some brown. There's even some skin tone in there in between. Very, very nicely done. Same thing for the boots. Lots of really nice clean paintwork, and that's where this figure stands out. There's shading in the hair. That looks really good. The paintwork on the face looks really good. Definitely not the best likeness to Gal Gadot, though. That's not good. In some poses, or some angles, it kind of looks like her, and then in others, not so much. I mean, it's not an ugly looking figure, it just doesn't happen to have a great likeness. But, I mean, it's probably better than Superman's, but that's about it. She does come with two accessories. We have her sword, which is fairly nicely done. We have the silver, the gold, and the black paint on there, and then we have her lasso. And those can both go in this harness on her torso. The harness is pretty bulky. It's not the best looking harness in the world, but you can slide the sword in there. And the lasso part does have a little peg, so you can actually put the lasso in there and peg it back together. Weird thing is that it's completely loose on the front, but it's connected to the figure in the back. Don't know why they did that. Should have probably just left it all separate, even though it was supposed to tuck under. I think they probably could have lived with it not being connected at all. The skirt is a separate piece, but it is connected. And the sculpt on the skirt is definitely not as clean for this area right here. It's a little squishy looking. Definitely should look more like the chest piece where it's got all those hard edges. Otherwise, though, it's pretty aesthetically pleasing. The neck looks a little thick. I think it looks thicker than it actually is due to the hair. It might stand out at first, but then you kind of don't notice it. So it's not, I don't know, she's supposed to have like a longer neck. I mean, women generally do, and she's got the whole halter top thing going on. Is that a halter top? It's a tube top. I don't know what it is. I don't know about clothes. So I don't know. The neck could look a little thinner, I guess, but it doesn't look too bad once you kind of don't pay attention to it. As far as articulation, the head can technically look up and down a little bit, but the hair doesn't really let it. So you're mostly just going to get a swivel, although I can't really get it to go that way, and this way works just fine. So you're going to be a little bit more limited in your posability. And to me right now, the neck is already looking normal, so I don't know, maybe that's just me. Shoulders, standard ball hinge, really good range, no problems at all there. That's perfectly fine. Bicep swivel works just fine. Single jointed elbow, definitely not the best looking elbow design in the world. You don't quite get 90 degrees, and you have this, it's kind of bulky because of how it's designed, but you do get a swivel in that if you want it. Don't know what you're going to use that for, but you will get that swivel, so that's up to you. Wrists have a swivel, and they both have gripping hands for the sword or for the lasso. No ab crunch again, and the waist twist, I can't make it move. I think they got some glue in the waist twist when they were gluing this piece in. So that's a bummer. Can't move the waist at all. For the hips, the skirt really holds them in place, so you don't even get 45 degrees. And bringing them forward, it's not that bad, but it's definitely not good. So definitely could be better for the hips. And then they have the swivel down here when they could have hidden it up higher underneath the skirt, so that's not ideal. And there's really not too much shape to her legs. They're kind of just tube looking. No muscle definition at all. Single jointed knee, but you do get almost 90 degrees, and hers is pretty well designed because the knee pad hides it, so I guess that one's okay. It would have been better, I think, if they painted the red and left the skin color the molded plastic. They did a pretty good job matching the colors, but it's not perfect. And then lastly, for the ankle, it does go pretty far back, surprisingly far, and then really far forward also, but no ankle rocker. So she's not one of the stronger figures in the wave, but she's definitely not bad overall. She's aesthetically pleasing, just not a great likeness and limited articulation. So it's a lot like the other ones. You're going to have to decide if you want to get a figure that looks good or a figure that poses well. These guys have the paint and generally the sculpt, but no posability. So that's really going to be up to you. And now you have the information you need to make that decision. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.